Welcome back. It is Elon Musk's last day at the White House. Or is it? Mixed messages from President Trump, who says he'll host Musk for a goodbye this afternoon from the Oval Office for his last day. But, quote, not really, because he will always be with us. Well, that united front after Musk recently ramped up criticism of the administration.
You know, it's not like I agree with everything the administration does. It's difficult for me to bring that up in an interview because then it creates a bone of contention. So then I'm a little stuck in a bind where I'm like, well, I don't want to, speak out against the administration, but I don't want to. I also don't want to take responsibility for everything the administration is doing.
And this morning, new reporting about Musk raising lots of eyebrows. The New York Times reports that Musk allegedly used drugs far more than previously known on the campaign trail last year, according to people familiar with his activities. Quote, Mr. Musk's drug consumption went well beyond occasional use. He told people he was taking so much ketamine, a powerful anesthetic, that it was affecting his bladder, a known effect of chronic use. Now, he took ecstasy and psychedelic mushrooms, they report, and he traveled with a daily medication box that held about 20 pills, including ones with the markings of the stimulant Adderall, according to a photo of the box and people who have seen it. In a March 2024 interview, Musk described his ketamine usage as taking a, quote, small amount once every other week, sometimes less, to treat his depression. Musk also told his biographer, quote, I really don't like doing illegal drugs. NBC News has not confirmed the Times reporting, and it is not clear whether or not the alleged drug use continued while he was working with DOGE. NBC News has reached out to the White House and Musk with no response as of now. The New York Times also says that the White House, Musk, and his attorney did not respond to their request for comment. Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury of New Mexico, ranking member of the House DOGE subcommittee. Congresswoman, thanks for being with us. First, your reaction to this new reporting from the New York Times today about Musk.
I mean, I think we all knew that Mr. Musk was using drugs. And if you observed his behavior over the last 3.5 months, it's very obvious that he was completely out of control and he wreaked havoc on the federal government. And so it does not surprise me that it was being enhanced by substances that make you act crazy. But I think, it's not a joke because he has literally shattered thousands of American lives. He's disrupted our entire federal government. And just like, other rich dudes who want to tinker with what they think are toys, this is not a joke. This is the democracy that is our country and the American people's lives. So, there's going to be very serious consequences, and we will hold Elon Musk accountable for the damages that he's done.
How do you plan to hold him accountable?
So at the current moment, obviously, Democrats are not in control of Congress, but the courts are our key tool right now. And I think it's important to observe that over the last 130 days that Elon Musk has been a special government employee, there are now over 200 federal court cases have been filed against the Trump administration for lawless behavior. That includes everything from illegal dismantling of USAID and letting children starve around the world. It includes the mass firings that were illegal. It includes the illegal data hacking that happened of American data. And those court cases are pending. There are dozens of court injunctions. And myself and Jamie Raskin have also filed legislation for civil liability against Elon Musk and any special government employee. But it also necessitates that we win back the House and use the tools of Congress to hold him accountable. Right now, the courts are our primary tool.
I mean, you talk about the fights in the courts, you discuss some of the impacts of DOGE, and yet we expect to see a united front between the president and Musk in this departure event today at the White House. If you were to just kind of boil it down, just 130 days, how do you see Musk's tenure as the president's right-hand billionaire?
Yeah, I think it's important to not be lulled into a sense of complacency. This battle is not over yet. The White House has been very clear that DOGE is not going anywhere. And it's very clear that DOGE will now be transitioned to the work of OMB and Russell Vought, who is the architect of Project 2025, and in some ways a much more dangerous figure because he's worked in the White House previously. In fact, he was behind Donald Trump's illegal activities that led to his first impeachment. He understands the mechanisms of how the government permit works, and he's already transmitted a set of proposals to the Hill to make DOGE's cuts permanent. We also know that staff have burrowed in at every single agency in the last few weeks. They've been even more aggressive in entering agencies where there is clearly no executive jurisdiction. So I think it's important, Donald Trump is a master of distraction. We can't be distracted by this Oval Office dog and pony show they're going to roll out tonight, because even though Elon Musk may be exiting the building for now, the battle against DOGE is squarely still here, and we're going to have to continue to make sure that we hold them accountable.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked about DOGE's leadership now that Musk is going to be gone, and listen to what she said.
Is there a DOGE leader taking the place of Mr. Musk?
Well, again, the DOGE leaders are each and every member of the president's cabinet and the president himself, who is wholeheartedly committed to cutting waste, fraud, and abuse.
So even if Musk is gone, you talk about Russell Vought stepping into kind of this new head of DOGE, if you will. She says the president's going to be the one leading it up. And we know the impacts aren't over yet. A White House official telling Politico that the true DNA of DOGE is within the agencies where DOGE staff still work. So I have to wonder, if you're a public servant in one of these agencies, should you be concerned?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we know that there are DOGE staff sitting in the cabinet secretary offices of almost every major agency. And we've seen this play out even over the last week at Department of Interior. The DOGE official who's sitting there essentially escorted a senior career official who spent 40 years of their life at the BLM out of the building because he wouldn't comply with essentially the activities that the DOGE appointee wanted them to do. But I also think, and I really want to make sure that people understand, that what DOGE is doing is not only not normal and in many cases not legal inside these agencies, they've gotten even more aggressive. In fact, over the last couple of weeks, they tried to enter congressional offices. Now, the executive has zero jurisdiction over Congress.